Hey y'all. I I've been doing some soul searching recently, okay? On the topic of music. And I was really trying to think about what I would consider to be my favorite song of all time. And just to be clear, nobody's asked me about this. Like, nobody was like, oh, Ashley, what's your favorite song? And that inspired the depth of critical analysis that I'm going through. I just thought one day, like, if somebody were to ask me what my favorite song was, what would I tell them? And then that caused me to really dig deep. I'm I'm a very introspective person. I like to go inward a lot. And sometimes it's necessary, like for personal growth and healing from trauma and all those things. And sometimes it's just me being extra. This is the latter. This is me just being extra about something. But I really was thinking about if I had to pick one song out of my whole life, what would be my favorite? My most recent pick would probably be Just for Fun by Beyonce on Cowboy Carter. Hands down, best song ever. Felt like it was written from the pages of my diary. Love that song. But I don't know if it's my favorite of all time. And then I started thinking back. And one of my favorite songs, truly, not the favorite, but one of my favorites is All I Have to Give by the Backstreet Boys, the a cappella version specifically. The radio version is great. The album version is fine. The a cappella version, that's where you really get to hear them showcase their vocal talents. And so I really enjoy that song. Listen to that one a lot. But then I really started thinking, like, what is a song that will make me feel a certain way every time I hear it, that will transport me to a certain place in time, that will get me up out of my seat and get me hype every single time I hear it. And there is only one song that meets those criteria. My favorite song of all time is the Macarena. And let me tell you why. First of all, let's back it up just a little bit. What is the Macarena? Well, if you are not an elderly person like myself, you might not know what the Macarena is. The Macarena was a song. I believe it originally came out in 1993, but the version that is my personal favorite came out in 1995, okay? And it's by a band called Los Del Rio is the group that created the song Macarena. And first of all, the fact that it came out in the 90s definitely has some sway here, okay? I was born in the 80s. I was a child of the 90s. Like every middle school dance, they hit the Macarena. The Macarena had a chokehold on the American people. It did. It was the Cupid Shuffle before the Cupid Shuffle was the Cupid Shuffle, okay? If I'm going to use a slightly more recent reference. And I'll say the Cupid Shuffle was the wobble before the wobble was the wobble. So for those of you all who are not quite as advanced in age as I am, you'll have some points of reference. But the Macarena came out in the prime of my childhood, okay? I have no bills. I have no job. All I had to do was go to school, get good grades, which was not a problem for me, and have a good time. That was my responsibility. The Macarena was the soundtrack to all of that. Okay, so that's one of the many reasons why it's my favorite song of all time. Second, if you just listen to the song, like take the words out of it, take all the extra out of it, beat kind of hits a little bit. The dun 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 dun. It gets you hype. It makes you move a little bit. And then I love that part. I love an exclamation. So that is just the composition of the song, even without the lyrics. I really appreciate it. I think it sounds good. But then, baby, you throw them lyrics on top, and that lady pops in there and she says, when I dance, they call me Macarena, and the boys, they say que estoy buena. I was like, oh, I love that. When I dance, they can call me Macarena too. It's such fun. And then the dudes come in, and then it's just low. So good. So great. And then the cherry on top of this wonderful song cake, there is a dance. And one thing about me, I love some choreography, okay? Give me a 1-2 count and I will hit it. And now don't ask me to do too much. Okay, I'm not a trained classical dancer, but you know what? We can hit a 1-2 on a beat. Okay, show me the steps. Let me practice. I got you. Macarena had a dance. Uh, uh, and it was easy too. You could do it in your seat. Oh, you didn't even have to get up, and you could just make it real cute, or you could really get into it. You could bring it all the way up, down, hit, yes, yes, and then you get y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Play the Macarena today, and I bet you I will be the first one on the dance floor. I have the Macarena saved on my phone in my iTunes, and I listen to it regularly. That was the song that got me through those many summers where I had to do all of my own lawn care and taking care of the grass outside. I would just put the Macarena on repeat and just push the lawnmower. Sometimes I hit the dance too. It depends on how hard I had to push and how close I was to being done with the yard. We hit it every single time. So that, friends, is why I'm 99% confident that my favorite song of all time is the Macarena. I need you to go listen to it, and I need you to just really appreciate it for what it was, okay? Not only was it a moment, it's actually not a bad composition either. So enjoy that, and I hope y'all have a great rest of the day.